I want to start by basically telling you why I'm a Christian. That's essentially the project, is telling people why I'm a Christian and essentially why you should be. I could tell you to start off with what I believe. I could tell you that I believe God created the world and that he brought the whole universe into existence. The sun, the moon, the stars, the atoms, you and I, time and space. I could tell you that how after he created humanity, he gave us free will, and we used that free will to rebel against him. And we've been rebelling against him ever since. I could tell you how, in order to break that cycle of rebellion, he sent his own son, Jesus, to earth to be born as a baby, to grow up in Middle Eastern culture, and then to die on a cross. But I don't expect any of those things would matter too much to you if you didn't know why he did that. Why did God create the world? Why did he send his own son to die? Why did he create heaven and hell? You see, God's given us many names for himself, for us to use to him. One of the most used names that he's given us for him is Father. Father, Dad. That's not a name that we have attributed to him, but it's what he's asked us, invited us to call him Father. But isn't that incredible that the God of the universe invites us to call him Dad? That's because, you see, God views us as his children. He wants us to view him as our dad. I know that when you and I hear dad, we might think of someone who was busy all the time, or perhaps didn't love us very much, or who got angry, or who just made a lot of mistakes. Despite the baggage that comes with that word, God still decided to use it. And that's because he's not just a father to us, he is the perfect father. So what would we expect a perfect father to do for rebellious children? What would we expect a perfect father to do for rebellious children? I think we'd expect him to be patient, to not just walk out as soon as we mucked up, or even if we repeatedly mucked up, to be patient with us. We'd expect him to be loving, to love us sacrificially, where nothing is more important than us. We would be his priority, and he'd do anything for us, even die for us if necessary. And we'd expect him to be fair. If he sees me being bullied, I want him to intervene. But part and parcel with that fairness is that if I'm doing the bullying, that he would also intervene. Justice would matter to him. Interestingly, that's exactly the type of God that we see portrayed in the Bible. He patiently pursues his children even when they are running away from him. Because he loves them, he stops at nothing to be reunited with them, even when that requires his own son to come to earth and to die on the cross. And then at the end of history, he will bring justice to those who have been hurt, and also to those who have done the hurting. He doesn't sweep anything under the rug. His goal has always been to be reunited with his children in heaven. But there can't be any rebellion in heaven. The rebellion that's here on earth, there can't be that in heaven. For a truly beautiful relationship between Father and his children, we are the ones that need to be made new, to love him in the same way that he's always been loving us. The perfect Father deserves and wants perfect children. And that's what Jesus does for us. He perfects us, and he makes a reunion and a deep relationship possible. He died and took the judgment for our rebellion so that we didn't have to. And when we put our faith in him, we become true children of God. When we live our lives for Jesus, he changes us so that we act more like our heavenly Dad. Through his Spirit, Jesus prepares us for that perfect reunion with God in heaven. And so today we can start that process of Jesus perfecting us from the inside out, preparing us for heaven and helping us to live beautiful, patient, loving, fair lives here on earth that reflect the DNA of our Father in heaven.